Good morning students, welcome to Basic Electrical Lectures Module 2, class number 2. In class number 1, we have discussed pure resistive circuit. Now in this video, we are going to discuss pure inductive circuit. What do you mean by pure inductive circuit? Yes, very good. The circuit consists of only inductance. Okay, is called pure inductive circuit. So we can draw the diagram for that. So inductor. So the inductor is connected across the supply voltage V is equal to Vm sin omega t. So I applied instantaneous voltage V equals to Vm sin omega t and current I, inductor value L. See, by knowing the voltage, see this is neither series nor parallel circuit. So we can derive the equations, we can find the relationship between behavior between voltage and current for pure inductive circuit. Either we can take voltage, by knowing voltage I am finding current, that is also correct, or by knowing current you determine what is voltage across inductor, that is also correct. Okay, so for reference now, so I am going to take, by knowing the voltage I am calculating what is current flowing through the inductor, what is the behavior between these two quantities with respect to inductor. Like, look at here, when voltage is applied to the inductor, current starts flowing through the inductor, magnetic field is produced. So inductor stores the energy in the form of magnetic field which is equal to the applied voltage. Okay, so we studied in plus 2 and we know the basics. So we can write the voltage across the inductor V is equal to L into di by dt. The voltage across inductor is L into di by dt. Now substitute this V here. What is V? Vm sin omega t is equal to L into di by dt. Now you write equation for di. From this you write equation for di. So di can be written as Vm by L into sin omega t into dt. Now what I need what is current flowing through the inductor. Therefore integrate this equation on both the sides. So I am taking this equation number 1. So you can write here integrate equation 1 on both sides. So after integrating, so next step I will integrate. Now I am writing like this, integration symbol on both the sides. So Vm by L sin omega t into dt. So on integration, differentiation get cancelled. What is left? I only. I is equal to Vm by L, take outside, Vm by L. What is integration of sin omega t with respect to dt? Integration of sin x is minus cos x. But here dt and omega t is there. Therefore you will get minus, integration of sin omega t will be minus cos omega t divided by omega. So further I can write I is equal to Vm divided by omega L as one term into minus cos omega t into minus cos omega t. So we know that the trigonometric relation minus cos theta can be written as sin theta minus 90 degree. But in place of theta what we have? Omega t. Therefore I can write minus cos omega t is equal to sin omega t minus pi by 2. Sin omega t minus pi by 2. Now I am modifying this term by this relation. Okay. However, along with that I can write omega L is nothing but inductive reactance. XL is nothing but inductive reactance. XL is nothing but inductive reactance. What is omega? Angular frequency. So unit of angular frequency is radians per second. So omega can be written as 2 pi f. So 2 pi f into L. So we can write the unit of inductive reactance is ohms and the equation of XL is 2 pi f into L. So therefore now I am modifying next step. I is equal to Vm by XL into sine. Sine, what is minus cos theta? This one, minus cos omega t, I am writing that equation. Sine omega t plus, omega t minus pi by 2. So now, what is the maximum current? You have to represent the current equation in terms of instantaneous equation, in standard form. What is Im? I can write Vm by XL. What is voltage? What is unit of XL? Ohms. Voltage by ohms, voltage by resistance, you get current. So therefore, I is equal to Im sine omega t minus pi by 2. So this is the current flowing through the inductor. Okay. So if you apply voltage, if the reference is voltage with respect to voltage, current flowing through the inductor lags by 90 degree or pi by 2 radians. So pure inductive circuit, we have lagging phase difference between voltage and current. Current is falling back the voltage by at all the instants by 90 degrees. Okay, got it? So now we can draw the waveforms. Now. Guys, pause the video and then copy them. This derivation is very important. 100% they will ask. Okay, either inductor or capacitor. Show that, question will be like this. Show that in pure inductor, current lags voltage by 90 degree. Like that they will ask question. You should explain from here to here. Very simple now. Next we can see the waveforms. So now take the reference by knowing the voltage. Okay, now I will draw the voltage waveform. Okay, so this is the voltage. But where current waveform will start? After 90 degree. Current lags the voltage by 90 degree. Means 0 degree is here, 90 degree comes somewhere here, 90, 180, 270 and then 360. So now current waveform starts here. Okay, current waveform starts there. See how to write that waveform is where voltage is maximum. At that instant you write current value minimum. And when voltage is minimum, at that instant you write current value maximum. Okay, got it? So I am going to write that. So current is maximum. Okay, and again current will be minimum when voltage is maximum. So then again current will be maximum. So what about this side? Current, see voltage is minimum, then current will be maximum. So got it? So this process will continues. So next part will be that side. See now we can write. Okay. So what is this? Current equation. What is the current equation? I is equal to Im sine omega t minus pi by 2. What is this angle? So this angle we can write pi by 2 radians. What is this angle? Phase angle in radians. In degrees it will be 90 degree. So what type of difference it is? Lagging phase difference. See, look at here. Voltage is minimum at instant to 0. But current is minimum at instant 90 degree. So with respect to minimum values of both the quantities, there is a phase difference. How much phase difference? 90 degrees or pi by 2 radians. Okay. And this is a voltage waveform. V is equal to Vm sine omega t. See guys, you should write the waveform. How much magnitude we have. In the same proportion you write negative cycle. So it might be this one is larger, this one is smaller. I might written like that. But in book you should write same magnitude. Okay, same magnitude you write. So next, how to write the phasor diagram. Guys, what is the reference I have taken? Voltage. By voltage, now I need to rotate this voltage phasor in anti-clockwise direction. One anti-clockwise direction will give one alternating cycle. But similarly, current phasor, green color, current phasor should also rotate 90 degree. Okay, in anti-clockwise rotation, you will get one alternating cycle. But what is the angle here? Negative angle. Negative angle should be measured with respect to reference axis in clockwise direction. In clockwise direction, we should measure negative angle. So with respect to voltage, current lags the voltage by 90 degrees. What is the angle? 90 degree. 90 degree or pi by 2 radians. What is this phasor? Current phasor. How to rotate this phasor? You have to rotate this phasor in anti-clockwise direction. One anti-clockwise direction rotation of this phasor, you will get one alternating cycle. But what is the phase angle difference between voltage and current in pure inductive circuit? 90 degree. Very good. 90 degrees. So always where you started, how you started, by knowing voltage, you determined current. What parameter you have taken to start the derivation, that parameter should be reference. Okay, reference will be x-axis. Okay guys, understood? Now we have to compute whether pure inductor will consume power or not. We can do on that. Okay, I am going to derive what is power consumed in pure inductive circuit. Guys, power is equal to voltage into current. What is the voltage? Vm sine omega t into what is the current we got from the derivation? Im sine omega t minus pi by 2. So further I can write like this: Vm sine omega t into Im. Again I am writing sine omega t minus pi by 2. Sine omega t minus pi by 2 I am writing minus cos omega t. Minus cos omega t only I will write. Now multiply this two. If I multiply this, you will get Vm into Im sine omega t into cos omega t. See, this minus is there, no? That I will write starting. Minus Vm Im sine omega t cos omega t. We know that trigonometric relation. What is the sin 2x formula? 2 sin x into cos x. 2 sin x into cos x is equal to sin 2x. So from this, what I can write? Sin x into cos x is equal to sin 2x divided by 2. See now the written equation, it is the form of sin x and cos x. What I can write? Sin x into cos x is equal to sin 2x by 2. In place of x, what we have? Omega t. I am applying this relation for this term. So therefore, you will get power is equal to minus Vm Im divided by 2 into sin 2 omega t into sin 2 omega t. We got like this. See guys, what is this? Double frequency. So double frequency means what? Fluctuating component. So if I integrate the fluctuating component over one cycle, its average value always 0. Okay, but in pure inductive circuit I said like that, but in pure inductive circuit, in pure resistive, I said the average value over one cycle of fluctuating component is always 0. But here also same 0 only, but I will derive this now. See guys, now integrate this power over one cycle. Integral 0 to 2 pi, okay, minus Vm Im by 2 into sin 2 omega t into d omega t. Integrate over one cycle. So after integrating, you will get, after this start writing here. Therefore power is equal to minus Vm Im by 2, take outside, okay, into what is integration of sin x? Minus cos x. But 2 omega t is there. So integration of sin 2 omega t will be minus cos 2 omega t divided by 2. Then apply the limits. What are the limits? 0 to 2 pi. 0 to 2 pi is the limits. So next further, power is equal to minus Vm Im by 2, open bracket, replace omega t by upper limit. So minus 2 cos, minus cos 2 into 2 pi by 2 is one term, and another term is minus cos 2 into 0, replace omega t by lower limit, 2 into 0 divided by 2. So now What is 2 pi? Cos 360. 360 into 2 cos 720. So 0 degree, 360 and 720 all are same. So this becomes what? Cos 0 only. What is cos 0 value? 1. So what it becomes? Minus 1 by 2. So therefore now power is equal to minus Vm Im by 2 within the bracket. Minus 1 by 2 will be first term and minus, think about another term. 2 into 0, 0. Cos 0 is 1. So minus 1 by 2. So this becomes what? Minus 1 by 2. Okay, now minus into minus what happens? Plus. So therefore power is equal to minus Vm Im by 2 into minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2. What happened? This 2 get cancelled. So therefore, what is the power consumed in pure inductive circuit? 0. Okay. Pure inductor will never consume power. Okay, got it? That is the key point. In Viva also they will ask, what is power consumed in pure inductive circuit? What you will say? What you will say? Yes, you should say pure inductor never consumes power. Okay, got it? So fine. So understood guys, any trigonometric term having double frequency, its average power will be always 0 over one cycle. Now graphically we can do. Now multiply voltage and current waveforms. Multiply that. See, I will take red color. See, voltage is 0, current is maximum. Something 0 into maximum, you will get 0 only. Positive into negative, you will get negative. So if I multiply these two waveforms, you will get power waveform like this. It will keep on increasing, it reaches maximum value. Again at this instant, power will become 0. Look at here, 0 current, maximum voltage. Something into 0, 0 only. So next multiply this, positive into positive, positive. Again you will get power like this. Okay, now here maximum voltage 0, sorry, maximum current 0 voltage, means 0 only. Now positive into negative, negative. Sorry, positive into negative, negative. Therefore power comes on the negative side. So if I multiply these two waveforms, you will get power waveform like that. Next again, negative current, negative voltage. What you will get? Positive power. Negative into negative is positive. Okay, so this is how we got. See, the meaning is, what is double frequency? Sine 2. What is double frequency? For one voltage cycle, see the black color one. For one voltage cycle, how many cycles you got power? 2 cycles. Look at here. Okay, this is one cycle and this will be another cycle. Okay, got it? So if I compute the average value of this fluctuating component over one cycle is always 0. Same thing we got in derivation. So now this is the power waveform. Okay, red color is power waveform. Okay, now power into time. Power into time. What you will get? Energy. So therefore, I will write the shaded region. Okay, I will write the shaded portion. Okay, I am hatching this waveforms. Power waveform, I am making decoration. Okay, see, this is negative and this will be positive, negative and positive. Why we got starting negative only? Because we have minus here. Okay, we have minus. Okay, see now the power waveform will having equal set of positive and negative values. Therefore you will get power will be 0. Pure inductor is not power consuming device. It is energy storing element. Okay, remember like that. So we covered all these things. Now you start writing observations. Guys, pause the video and then copy down. Once this derivation is completed, write the voltage waveform, current waveforms, phasor diagram, and after that derive the power, and same thing you multiply graphically. Got it? After that you copy down the points whatever I am going to dictate now. So very important. Write down observations. These questions will be very much important in Viva and it is very much required for solving problems. Okay, means upcoming topics it plays important role. So write first one. What is the first point? First point, please write down Pure inductor never consumes power. Okay, within the bracket write down P is equal to 0. Write down pure inductor never consumes power. Okay, written? Very good. Next, second point. Second point. In pure inductive circuit, the phase angle between voltage and current. See, look at here. In pure inductive circuit, the phase angle between voltage and current. What is the angle between them? 90 degree. In pure inductive circuit, the phase angle between voltage and current is how much? 90 degree. Okay, write neatly. Okay, next, the shaded portion. Look at here. Next point I will write the shaded portion in the power waveform. The shaded portion in the power waveform indicates energy stored in the inductor. The shaded portion in the power waveform indicates energy stored in the inductor. See, nothing but power into time is called energy. The shaded portion indicates energy stored in the inductor in the form of magnetic field. That is E is equal to half Li square joules. Guys, energy is equal to power into time. Sir, we have power is equal to 0. Then how come energy? See, energy will be there in the form of magnetic field. Whenever current flows through the coil, around the coil magnetic field is created. That magnetic field will cut the coil itself, and hence EMF will be induced, which is equal to the whatever the voltage applied across the inductor. It stores energy in the form of magnetic field. Okay, got it? So, the shaded portion in the power waveform indicates the energy stored in the inductor in the form of magnetic field, that is E is equal to half Li square joules. Okay, next, fourth point. The power factor of pure inductive circuit is 0. What is power factor? Cos pi. What is the value of pi? What do you mean by pi? Angle between voltage and current. What is the angle between voltage and current? 90 degree. Okay, what is cos 90? Very good. Cos 90 is 0. What is power factor? 0. The power factor of pure inductive circuit is 0. Okay, got it? Next, fifth point. Pure inductive circuit is also called lagging phase difference. Pure inductive circuit is also called lagging phase difference. Last point is not much important. Since we are discussing two quantities, we are telling about phase difference. Phase difference means minimum we need two quantities. Okay, with respect to those two quantities, current lags the voltage by 90 degree. So suppose if I take current as a reference, with respect to current, what about voltage? Voltage leads the current by 90 degree. If I take current as reference, because we can take anything as reference in one element connected across the circuit. Anything you can take reference. If it is more than one element, definitely it may be series or parallel. If it is series, take always current as reference. If it is parallel, take always voltage as reference. Okay. So guys, this completes pure inductive circuit. Okay. Remember in Viva they will ask what is power consumed in pure inductive circuit. Don't say power is equal to VI cos pi. They will give options also, 100 watt, 200 watt, 300 watt. None of this is correct answer, because if they tell 0 watts, 100% you will say same answer. Okay, got it? So pure inductor never consumes power. Okay, they will give options. What is the correct answer? 0. If that 0 is not in the option, then definitely none of this. Okay, got it? And they will give pure inductor never consumes power. What is the power consumed in pure inductor? Option A, 50 watt, 60 watt, 100 watt, 1000 watts. What is the correct answer? 0. Okay, you should tell none of the options are correct. Correct answer is 0 because pure inductor never consumes power. Okay, it is energy storing element. Guys, this completes pure inductive circuit. So pause the video and then copy down neatly. Okay. So you cannot see all the lectures before the exams. Okay. You should study at that particular day. Copy down in your notes, and notes you can study n number of times. Okay. So data will be not available in order to watch the video n number of times. However, you can watch n number of times, but there should be time to watch n number of times. Okay. Watch only one time correctly without forwarding. Okay. Same video, while watching next time, the same video, long duration, you can watch it within 1 or 2 minutes, maximum 5 minutes you can watch, because you know what is the concept. If you already understood the subject, you can understand, we can make 5-minute video. So I am making the video around 20 to 30 minutes because I am thinking that it is very useful those who don't know anything. Okay, got it? If you already know the information, you can slightly forward and watch it. Okay. So those who don't know anything, they should watch the entire video without forwarding. And later, while coming next video onwards, next time if you want the same video, you can watch it within 1 or 2 minutes. So that is the difference. If I make the videos only for known students, I have to make only 5 or 2 to 5 minutes. If they don't know anything, I want to explain in detail everything. Okay guys, give thumbs up to my videos, subscribe and share, tell your friends. Okay, so let them understand in a better way. Okay, and give comment for all my videos, give likes. Okay guys, in the next video I will meet you by explaining pure capacitive circuit. Till then, bye bye, take care.